Having looked at the different types of recurve bow you can get, you're probably now wondering what length of bow should I get, because they come from 48 inches to 72 inches, so you want a bow that's going to be the size for you. I actually have some tables that I use in the shop, and this basically allows you to work out the size of bow for you based on your draw length. Now, draw length is something that you would normally go to a shop, if you can, and they would measure you to see what your draw length actually is. And by draw length, what they're actually measuring is distance from the arrow rest on the bow to your face, your anchor point. So it's basically how far back can you draw the bow. So I know, for example, I am 27.5 inch draw, and you'll probably seen stuff online about sticking your hands out to the side and getting someone to measure fingertip to fingertip and then do it a different way and then do it a different day, add them all together, divide by 3, and that's your draw length. Well, in my experience, I've never found that to be particularly accurate in any way, shape or form. The most accurate way I have found is to actually just use a tape measure. And the easy way to do it is if you actually hook the measure into your hand like this and then draw up with your finger, just find the corner of your mouth as if you were drawing a bear bow, which you'll find out later on. So just to there, just make sure you're up fully, and then if I read that off, it's actually reading 27.25, so it's not that far out from what my true draw length is. So if I'm 27.25, 27.5 on the table that I have here, that means I should be drawing either a 66 or 68 inch bow, and it's a 68 inch bow that I use. So these tables will come up in the next few screens. They're just going to flash up, so if you want to read them in depth, just press the pause. I would just point out that your draw length is different to the length of arrow that you would use. If your draw length was 27.5 inches, you'd want an arrow that's at least 2 inches longer than that, so you're looking at 29, 30 inches, a kind of stock length. So 30 inch arrow if you had a 27.5 inch draw. So now that you've established the length of bow that you need, you then need to work out the draw weight that you need. Now, I have spoken about draw lengths, and if you're starting out, you shouldn't really go any more than sort of 20 pounds. Now, the weight of a limb, when they talk about a 20-pound limb, that weight is calculated at a standard draw length, and that is 28 inches. So if you are drawing a bow and you've got, say, a 26-inch draw length, you're actually drawing the bow 2 inches less than the distance that the limb was measured at, or the draw weight was measured at. So roughly speaking, you deduct £2-ish for every inch below. So if you had a 20-pound limb and you draw at 26 inches, that limb's actually drawing at about £16. So if you are you want a bow, you want to be able to pull 20 pounds and you've got a 26-inch draw, you would actually be able to go to a 24-pound bow, but you'd only actually be pulling 20 pounds on that. Now, on the flip side of that, if you have a long draw and your draw is above 28 inches, you need to be careful because limbs suffer from a thing called stacking. So once you go beyond the 28-inch draw, instead of it just adding £2 on, stacking means that the draw weight starts to increase exponentially. So you may well find that if you've got a 29-inch draw, it's not £2 more, it could be 4 or it could be 6. It just depends on the manufacturer, and it's not really a figure that's readily available. And again, this is why it's always good, if you can, to go to a well-established, reputable archery shop where they can actually help you out with all this sort of stuff. And as always, if you don't have access to a shop or a club or any other archers and you don't know who to ask, you can always message us on the email below.